Larry, how's it going, brother?
Hey, Derek, how are you? I'm doing
I'm
good. Yourself?
awesome, man. I'm great, dude. Welcome. Thank you for being the first person ever on this brand new podcast called Permastoked.
Thank you. Thanks to you. Thank you. This is an honor.
So when I first started surfing on the Great Lakes, it was either 1999 or 2000. It was around that time, 20 years ago anyway. I was pretty much just a kid. I was like 18, 19, and I got into surfing. And, I lived a block away from the water. So I didn't need a weather report or anything. I just stuck my ear out the window and I'd go to the water. But it was very much a solo sport. I was by myself. There really was no community there for me. It was me and my best friend, and there was another two guys from town who quickly moved away pretty soon after that. So
Wow.
other than the guys who would come down from Michigan every once in a while, I really didn't know of a community. So it has just like touched my heart to watch this blow up back on the Great Lakes over the internet.
Isn't it? I mean, I can imagine. You know what? I mean, I never experienced that, like what you just said. Even as a little kid, I mean, that must be, would it be something pretty amazing? Because you can see the difference in the changes. Like, where I grew up, I mean, there was always tons of people. So I grew up with tons of people in the water, tons of people. Even sometimes, we'll be there at 5:30 in the morning, and it will be always lots of people. So it was great growing up with tons of people, lots of surfers out there. So so it was pretty easy. But I can imagine you not seeing anyone and just going there, surf, and now you see, man, what's going on there? You
Well,
see?
yeah, because it was, you can't surf on the lake, right? Everyone would joke and make fun of me, and that was that. And so now it's like, wow, there's this whole tribe of people there. And a friend of mine said, your tribe is waiting, because I've been living out here in Vancouver since 2008. We came out here. I wanted to be closer to the surf and the ocean. I'd been living in Toronto in 2007, actually. So you would have been there,
Wow.
but you weren't surfing then yet.
I got married. We have our kids, and I was back in school again. So I took all this break until 2009. You're right. I wasn't there until I came back right in 2009. And I wish I would have know you. Can you imagine? Would it be in the water all the time?
I know, it would have been awesome. I did not know of a scene there at the time. And even then, the internet was still relatively newer, at least social media was. So the connection wasn't there like it is now. The ability to just put the call out there, hey, who are all these other kooks who are willing to go out on the cold water? It didn't really
Exactly.
have that ability. So what a delight that is nowadays.
Thank you. Thanks for saying that. It is a delight. I totally agree with you. It is. You feel that way every
Yeah.
time, pretty much every single day, because every single day, you get messages, calls. We see the waves, and I probably get to meet new people so many times during the week. I mean, who wants to surf the lakes, and or they want to share anything related to the Great Lakes, which is great. It's like being a bee where all the
Yeah.
honey is. It's like, oh yeah, we're all here. Like, I mean, we're all gonna, like, delight this, and we're all gonna share this. We're all gonna, like, feed ourselves with something so amazing and special. And I think, like you said, today's technology helped us so much to be able to share this way. And um, and also, when connect and meet up and surf and give the tools to other people. I just feel that today's technology have helped us so much to being able to do that, and also with the wave forecasting, and teaching people how to find the waves, and also to join us more likely. I mean, I just don't like to say, hey, yeah, just check here, and good luck. No,
Yeah.
come with us. I mean, I'll show you where we surf, and let's surf, and and just introduce you to the community. And I think that's it's a special feeling, I guess. I mean, I for what I heard from everybody who tells me, oh my goodness, this is great. We didn't have that, but it was a good beginning, anyways. It was
Yeah, and so it's the exact opposite of localism, basically. It's so why is community? I mean, surfing to a lot of people, it's such a solo venture. It's them and nature. It's them and the waves, whatever it be. Why is it in your life that community is such an integral part of surfing?
I can answer you that question with in many different ways. I think what number one is the Great Lakes. It is special. It's a place where we don't supposed to have waves. It's a lake.
I know.
Where it's a miracle. So it is special, and it's hard for people to believe that you can surf the Great Lakes. And you know what? Number two, my God, I'm talking about here, okay?
Hmm.
Is Canada. Like, I mean, this is, man, Canadians are such a giving people. Like, they're such a, you know, polite and such nice, amazing people. So, yes, I think we can build an incredible community here, different from anywhere else in the world,
Hmm.
where where you put all that together, the lakes, the people, and the tools and everything what we have. And I think made it so special until you hear from someone else coming from overseas or across the border, that when you realize, oh my goodness, that's actually better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
People, when they come and surf over here, or we invite them, they see something that they're shocked. Actually, it blows my mind when I hear them saying those stuff. It's like, what? I have people telling me, Larry, this is incredible. I mean, take care of it. This is just
Hmm.
people who, we're talking about people coming from Australia, from Hawaii, from different part of the world. It's like they're shocked. It's like, wow, they're so happy. They never felt like going surfing. It will feel that way, because the truth is here. As soon as you arrive at the parking lot, man, that's where everything started. Everybody comes in like, yeah, everybody hugs, and everybody's so pumped, and everybody's like, hey, you need wax, or do you need anything, like some tea, whatever. People are just like, man, it feels like it's your birthday every single day you
Wow.
serve Great Lakes. And
That's
that's with
incredible.
everybody. And number two is like, yeah, our waves are not compared to anything else, in the ocean, but to us it's special. So and we want to share that special moment with everybody,
Yeah,
whoever it is.
I think being Canadian as well, we're so used to, I mean, first of all, yes, we're polite and we're known for all that, but we also have so much space. We're used to being able to spread our arms and spin around. That's never been a problem. In fact, we have so much land in this country. So I think that's sort of ingrained in us somewhere, that there's room for everybody. Come on in. Um, yeah, and I just think that that is wonderful. And these videos you guys have, on the internet, what was the one there? On days like this, we must surf.
We must.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
that was just touching, man. It's just, wow, what a great feeling. It just, who wouldn't want to surf after you watch that video?
That's actually, yeah, this is Jay Kaufnad, my brother. He's so creative, in having Antonio Lerner there sharing his experience. It's just incredible. And I know it, man, it make you tear up. Like, it's just like, yeah, it's, I think we all look for something so special, and I think
Mhm.
surfing it is. Um, I believe that surfing to me is not even, I don't think it's even a sport. It is way more than that, especially if it did something to you since the beginning. and it touches you. It helps you growing up. It helps you mature. It helps you be a better person. It helps you in every single way, and that is all translated to not just going surfing, catch the wave, and see you later. I think surfing is way more than that, and I found that over here, and way. I have to tell you, even though I grew up in Peru, and surfing the entire coast as a kid, and always surfing with friends, what we have today is huge, and that really tells you the waves doesn't really matter that much. It's not just about the waves. It's way more than that, and what we have here is like, man, it's precious. So it's pretty amazing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you and I are talking amidst coronavirus, COVID-19 right now. So how are you surviving being at home? Are you staying indoors? Are you out of the waves, or what does that look like for you?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I mean, it's all this time we're being here at home. However, we're just trying to keep busy. I mean, the girls, my daughters, Kiana and Ilani, they help me almost every day repairing surfboards and subs, and we're starting new projects, doing stuff at home as well, like repairs that, you know, are been sitting there for a while. So this is the time to catch up and do it. And so we've been as busy as we can with projects, and especially working with boards and stuff. And we started another projects with the community as well. So we're keeping busy, and it's just been, yeah, just trying. I don't know, I'm so hands on that I need to work on something all the time. I just need to be extremely tired for me to sit down and take a break. So I need to be exhausted. So and I'm finding a really hard time not to burn all that energy, and that's what I do when I go surfing. And so the last time I surfed was a couple weeks ago. Yes, actually, by myself. I have a few small spots where where nobody's there. There's nothing. There's no parking. There's no road.
Yeah.
Just walk through it, and you're by yourself. And I went a couple times a couple weeks ago, and I needed it badly, and truly helped me so much in many different ways. As for right now, I haven't been able to surf, and it's just how I feel. I'm okay right now, and just trying to stay active mentally, physically, and I know it's hard for everybody in many different ways, and but we're doing our best, and just to trying to keep safe and healthy as well for everybody. But
Now, what about that detachment from the community, from all those guys high-fiving each other and hugging in the parking lot? Have you spoken to anybody? Are you Zooming with other people? Like, how are people coping with that loss?
oh my goodness, I mean, we talked about that. I must tell you, every single day. I mean, we call, we text, we send videos, or sharing some old photos, good memories, and that really help. It's hard, but it helps a lot to realize that we don't take it for granted. We really we really care, and we really wants to be back out there when it's safe. And this is a time where you have more time to think, to analyze things, and care, and be grateful, actually,
Yeah.
mostly. So we're just chilling and be grateful, and just talk about all those memories all the time with friends
Yeah.
about
So if you can't
surfing.
go outside, it's time to go inwards.
Yes, exactly. So that's what has been happening. Believe me or not, I mean, I know it sounds kind of like crazy, but I'm sure we all do it as a surfer. It's like I come down here to this room every single day. I
Oh,
grab
nice.
I grab a board. I just look at board and just grab it, and you know
touch it and hold it and kiss it.
Everything, man. Like I swear to God that that's exactly what it is. You know, you start like looking at all these profiles of the board. You're like, oh my God, maybe my next board is gonna be similar. What changes are I gonna make? And you start going one by one. Like, I mean, what happened is this is not all my boards. I mean,
Wow.
my girls too. Like my daughters, Kiana and Elani, they surf, and so what a good excuse, huh? So we always have more than 3 boards. So
Wow.
so it is. So we ride the same boards anyways. It's the same. Yeah, there's no difference. We ride the same boards, and which is great. So there's no, doesn't we can all ride the same conditions or type of board anyways. So but yes, so I come down, grab a board, make you, I don't know, just always, even before this crisis started, I always did that anyways. But maybe today I feel it more than ever. I miss, I miss the water, I miss the people, and the good vibes that are in the water when we surf. It's just amazing. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Like, everybody pushing for each other, everybody, I don't know, man. Hooray for everyone in the water when somebody catch a good wave. We're having a good time when we're in the water. Always.
Yeah, it's a real team sport out in Toronto. I can't wait to come and check that out.
I can't wait either. I mean, seriously. I mean, I think I want to see your face. I want to hear you talking. I want to see you like surrounded by all these people in the water. I want to see your expression. I think because you used to live here and you've been in the water way before us, so and I just can't wait for you to return and feel this again. I mean, it's going to be incredible. I'm looking forward to.
It's very funny because, when I think about it, when we left Ontario and the quest was to get to the West Coast, get to the West Coast, go surfing. Well, I should have looked at a map a little better, because moving to Vancouver, you still got to drive a little ways to the surf. You got to get on a ferry. You got to go to Tofino. And I absolutely love Tofino. But for the amount of time I'm able to get out there, I'd probably be surfing more if I was back home.
Yeah.
I was back on the Great Lakes. So it's funny how I came out here for the ocean. Then I see all you guys just going off, life looks great. And I'm thinking, my God, I got to get back there. So we've been here 12 years and, times are kind of changing, and we are wanting to start a family of our own, get back to
amazing
our family. So we're hoping to move back to Ontario in the fall. So that's why I wanted to get this brand started, get this podcast started, get my foot in the door, so that I'm not just showing up saying, hi, everybody, this is me. It's making a soft introduction ahead of time.
That's incredible. And we need you to come back. Like, I mean, there's so much for you to do, so much for you to contribute to the community as well in many different ways. I think it's great. I'm so happy to hear that, actually. You're going to be amazed, but you're going to make this place even better. So thank you. Yes, come back.
Thanks,
we're gonna surf a lot too. Yeah, and truly, I mean, it's kind of crazy because, sometimes, like I was reading yesterday about surfing in Italy, in surfing in places where where only they expect for a small fetch to be able to surf and have a small windy days to be able to surf. I mean, away from the ocean. But to be honest, I mean, we're here in the Great Lakes. We get waves a lot. Like, I mean, we get, like, lately we get like maybe 4 days in a week.
Wow.
Of like, I mean, like, we have so many days, and that counts like different type of waves or sizes and everything. But you can surf a lot. And obviously through the summer is pretty mellow. Mostly for stand-up paddles boarding, or there are days that you can surf too, and if you have a longboard. But once September starts, or the end of August, until April, May, yes, you can surf a lot. So we do get waves very often. So it's consistent. So no worries about that. You're gonna be surfing a lot.
Yeah. And when you were talking about, you know, pulling out the boards every day, it was reminding me that I've had a goof board since my birthday last year, like a balance
What?
board. And
Nice.
I'd hardly ever touched the thing. And during COVID-19, I pulled it out, and man, I'm surfing every day.
Amazing. You know what? It's funny what you said. We do have two. Like I mean, we made one, and another one. A friend of ours gave it to us, and we haven't touched it in a long time. And true, we just did exactly what you did. We're just like, oh my goodness. Okay, we gotta use something. So was actually hidden behind this sofa, and the other one found it in the crawly space. It's like everything was just unused. So now
Yeah,
we're using it. So yes, that's great. I'm glad that actually you're doing that, and it helps a lot too, right? I mean, it's fun, and it helps you with your balance. Truly does actually.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I found even, you know, with longboard skateboarding, you know, you do that enough, and then next time you get on the surfboard, it makes a huge difference. So I'm looking forward to even what the balance board can do for me. And I not quite at you know, hang 10 yet, toes on the nose, but I am able to hang 5.
That's
I'm
awesome.
experimenting with the cross stepping. That's hasn't gotten too far yet, but I've got the balance down. I think my limit, I did the best time I've done so far is about 3 minutes 20 seconds. So that's pretty fun.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Do you usually do it like watching something? Like I mean, I can say watching a movie or in front of the TV. How do you do it? Putting music?
I
How
put
you
on
do it?
some surf music and I just give her.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
actually a good point. I just wanted to ask you, so maybe inspire me to get more motivated and do it that way, try it that way. So
Yeah, it feels a little goofy at first, but then something kicks in. It's a great time.
so true. At the beginning, like man, my legs start shaking. Like
Yeah, it fires some muscles you certainly didn't know you had.
so true. So it does
Yeah,
help. It does
yeah.
help. Yeah, for
So
sure.
going back to the stoke, what is it about surfing, do you think, why we get such a stoke? Like, you know, I don't want to put down other things, but let's just take an example like playing tennis or something. I mean, I've never seen a tennis player just go on and romanticize tennis and talk about tennis in a way that it's not just a sport, it's my religion, it's my spirituality, it's my lifestyle. I mean, what is it about surfing that gives us the right to be so in love with it and such a life-changing thing?
Eh, to answer that question is number one. I think we all have a reason why, and it might be a little different from the all of us, but at the end, when we get there and the way we communicate to each other, it becomes one. Just to be more clear about that, talking about myself as a kid, surfing to me was a, definitely was escape. Okay, I was a little kid, and yes, coming from a broken home, and we went through civil war and so many bad things in the country that things got to surfing. I was able to don't think about that, don't think about anything else. Actually, it was a good escape. It make you feel good, and you be able to be with your friends and spend a little bit of time away from everything. Like I'm pretty sure that's what a hunter does. Goes away from the city, away from everything, and they can spend like 3 days hunting one animal. And it's like, how is that possible? Sometimes I ask friends, it's like, how can you spend so much time you know, to get an animal to eat, obviously, but you follow it for so many days. I'd be so bored out of
Yeah.
my mind. But that's how they feel. They just, and that's what surfing did to me since I was a little kid. I mean, um, it gave me a strength. It gave me a security. It taught me so much, and it was a good escape. Today, I use all that in a different way. Today, that's it. I'm in a different different position, a different world, different times, and I'm just so thankful to all that and what it is today, that when we get to the beach or when we talk with friends about surfing, or we going surfing today, at the end of the day when we are surfing, we put it, all of us connect all in one. We're here for the same reason.
Mm.
No matter what happened to you an hour ago or yesterday or last night or whatever, good or bad, today we're here for the same reason. Man, let's celebrate it.
I
Let's
love that. Yeah.
celebrate it. And that's how, to be honest, that's how we feel. Like we celebrating, we truly giving, you know. And 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 and, and it hurts, it hurts when, I mean, what I'm going to say is, obviously isn't perfect, because nothing is perfect anyways. And there's times where you didn't get that over here in the Great Lakes, by different type of people who never felt that way. So they were giving hard time to others, but also it's understandable. And I felt that even somewhere else around the world, go surfing, and you get that negativity put up in your head right away, as soon
Mm.
as you walk into the beach, or you're catch the first wave or something in a different place. But truly, as long as you don't forget what surfing did to you and what you should give, that helps you to be anywhere in the world, be the same person. And at the end of the day, believe me, it works. Everybody at the end will feel what your message is about, and you transfer all that. And I think is that's why I think surfing is so important. We all want the same thing, we all share the same thing, and it's a celebration of life. When you,
Mm.
yes.
I love that. Yeah. That's a very yogic way of looking at it. It's this place of connection for yourself with nature and escape. But also, what's really interesting listening to you is how it's connecting with other people. It's a place of unison. Wow, that's incredible. I think for me, I found great peace and quiet out in the water. Like you're saying, it's the one place I can go where everything shuts off. Because when you're at home, the minute you finish one thing and you think, oh, I'm going to read a book, or I'm going to relax or take it easy, my mind starts going, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Surfing, where are you going to go? You can't go anywhere. There's only one thing to think about. It's like you're saying, it's like hunting that animal. You have a mission you're on.
Exactly, and
uh,
I'm so glad that you feel that way. I mean, yes,
yeah,
it's
and I think that's part of why we like to share it so much, is because we know the benefit it's done for us, and we're not greedy. We want to share that with other people.
exactly, and that's so important. I feel like, once you start doing that more often, I think, eh, you start giving more and more. Like, I mean, or giving back more. You become, a more open, more giving person in every single way. So I think that's why surfing helps so much, and to become a better person. That's for sure. And once you start giving,
Yeah.
I guess it's like the person who, you know, give a piece of bread, or share their food, which is so important. That actually becomes a, not a habit, actually becomes a something so sustainable, something that you do better and more often, and not only make you feel good, but also you make, you make people feel good, and do the same thing. And that's what I see. I mean, I think all the friends that I know, and the people that I know, they we surf, we do the same thing,
Mhm.
openly, clear, and very honest. Yeah, I love when I hear, hey, you know what? There's someone else I took surfing, last week, and caught them. They got in touch, and it's like everybody's doing the same thing, which is great. I mean, and like you said, there is so much space here The
Yeah.
least people can worry about is, you know, will be too crowded. It could be crowded in you know, in certain places where it's more accessible, but crowded is still not crowded. I mean, they call it crowded when it's 15 people in the water, and it's like 15 people in the water. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
let's actually have it.
Yeah, yeah.
Where else?
Go to Waikiki Beach or something. Then we're talking crowded. Yeah,
Exactly.
I
You know,
know.
even in Peru, I mean, the times that we go there, I mean, you have to wait an hour to get one wave, or even place,
Wow.
or places where the waves are really good. You have to wait. You have to, man. You're hoping, you know, just you're gonna get one wave, you know, in one
Wow.
hour. And
So there might be more waves, bigger waves, but because of surf etiquette and the people out there, you might as well be on the Great Lakes.
exactly. That's why you have to come back. You have to come back. That's
Wow,
why. Yes,
that's
might as well be in the
incredible.
Great Lakes, and you know, and there's not much different. I know when we talk about waves, like, you know, people think, okay, you know what, the Great Lakes, such shitty waves, right? I mean, small and windy,
Yeah,
choppy, and this and this and that. But you know what? Um, it's still pretty good. Like, I mean, you know, I give an example. I mean, we were so blessed to have, just in between 4 or 5 months, being able to have Kevin Schultz, who is in the U.S. team, pro surfer, was here with us, and also Noah Cohen, right, from Tofino as well. He was surfing with us actually a few months ago, and so being able to see the pro surfers surfing these crappy waves
yeah,
and see them like flowing, getting speed, doing 360s, huge airs out of nothing, and they're having so much fun. And it's like, you know what? You really see the potential that it's not as scrappy as we think it is, and
wow.
it's actually way better. And these guys are like so stoked. It's like you ask them questions and it's like, man, they're like, no, this is great. They just see in every wave, they see an opportunity, and so really open your eyes that it's not as bad as people think it is. We have waves.
Oh, I know for sure. Yeah, the attitude is definitely shifted. You know, even in magazines, it's less taboo. When I'm in Tofino and I talk about it, it's much more accepted. So some people really know that it is happening, that it's going off here.
You know, the potential is out there. There's still so many places to discover. um, Man, I mean, surfing's not gonna stop ever, and for nobody. I mean, is we just gotta, as long as we do this, we'll stay positive, we stay healthy, we stayed, you know, we stay alive in many
Yeah.
different ways. So yeah,
You know what surfing has going for it too is it's cool, right? Everyone wants to surf. I mean, they can doubt all they want, but once they get that wave, once they get the first wave, they're hooked. They're stoked.
there's still. I
Game
love to hear
over.
that. Yes,
Yeah.
such a
There's your
great
life.
experience.
Yeah.
100%. And I love to hear that actually when you know, ask those questions to people and about their first wave or first experience, and you know, you never hear anybody saying, no, I gave up, and that wasn't for me. It's like,
Yeah.
no. It's like,
Once
eh,
was enough.
once is enough. That's it. It's
Yeah.
like they want to, you know, or travel once a week, as once a year, or surf. Like, I mean, you know, they nobody give up surfing. I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
great.
and it's such a special feeling, the sensation of being on top of a wave, moving with the water. I mean, it's such an incredible feeling. And when you describe that to someone, they can't not want to experience that.
Yeah.
It so feels so natural and unnatural at the same time, in a way. You know, it's so natural, you're connected to nature, but it feels unnatural in the sense that how is this even possible that I can stand on a wave?
You know what? You're so right. It amazes me. I mean, never stop amazes me actually. When you are out in the water, and sometimes just by sitting down on your board and looking around and feeling the the water underneath you, like especially in places where the waves are really good and there's a lot of swell, where you move up and down with so much energy, and you look around you, it's like, man, this is so alive. This is something to be afraid of a bit.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yes, when I say something to be afraid of, yes, I can tell you yes.
Yeah.
Something to be in a good way, obviously. Something to be, when I say afraid, maybe could be more respectful or more aware or um, more in place in in those seconds that you're sitting down on your board. You're either thinking, being grateful, or even I ask for everything when I'm in the water. I ask for forgiveness, for thank you, and just so many things. Like I feel so much connected when I'm out in the water. Is the place where I feel that I can be more thankful, grateful, and also ask for forgiveness for
Yeah.
anything that I've done, and it just feels so connected, where I can speak up and say something about it, and just be connected,
Yeah.
with
That's
God.
church. That's church out there.
Yes, it is. To be honest,
Yeah.
it's a good place.
Yeah. I mean, what is Peru? What was that like growing up there? How did that influence your surfing today?
Well, you know what I mean. Pretty lucky is that we used to live so close to the beach, and I think your playground was a beach. So it was very, the introduction to the ocean was so natural, so easy. Where that's where you start doing your first carving on something, like on
Mm.
sand, and playing around, and connecting with nature. So I was very lucky that my parents, love the ocean. Like my dad, for example, his sport was fishing. He will go fishing every single weekend of his life,
Mm.
every single weekend, and so he will take me to places where usually they did, when they went fishing, was places where nobody around, like certain places where I never saw people, and I was able to surf in places where there was nobody there, and I wish I could have been with someone else. But well, my parents, and my uncles, and everybody else were fishing. I was, nobody else. I mean, and I always feel kind of loneliness being able to surf by myself.
Yeah.
And but sorry, going back to that, yeah, I was pretty blessed to be able to have the ocean, and actually in my neighborhood where a lot of good surfers, was a big surf community. Shapers, I mean, we have amazing shapers in our community as well. So surfing was pretty easy introduced to me as a kid, and also my brothers, who surfed as well,
Oh,
and
nice.
so it was pretty easy, and I felt pretty blessed. And growing up through, that instability that we had during the 70s, 80s, and 90s in Peru, where it was pretty tough, right? I mean, we
Mm.
lived in a curfew, and car bombs, and
Oh,
attacks,
wow.
and all that. I mean, to be very honest, that sounds hard to me now when I think about it. But at that
Yeah.
time, there was no. I feel like it was no problem.
It
Never
was
stopped me.
normal.
It was normal. It's funny, but you know, going to school or going to the beach or going somewhere, you'll hear, like, bombs. You'll hear, you know, gunshots, like, fights, right, and things blowing out and stuff like that. So truly, I don't think we ever even turn your back around. It's like, just keep on going, keep skateboarding. I mean,
Wow.
I was skateboard. I think I used skateboard for everything. Going to school, I mean, going to the beach. It was right there. We used to leave our surfboards in our in school. So after that, with my friend, we'll go surfing after school. So, but we did that, and I think, again, we have always waves. I don't remember. I mean, there was no forecast, so I
Mm.
remember ever seeing flat. I didn't know what flat meant.
Yeah.
Never. It's so consistent that I never even we never even thought it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be
Wow.
flat. Oh, it's flat today. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Always waves, and that's thanks
Wow.
God we have that consistency over there that you'll find waves every single day, no matter where you go. So growing up like that, it was great. I always look forward for surfing, and I think my friends, they always since I was a little kid, it's like, dude, I mean, how the hell you always so happy to go surfing? I never say anything. I was kind of quiet and I never told my problems or anything. Nobody knew
Mhm.
about my life anyways as a
Yeah.
kid. But I was always happy to be in the water, going surfing because that was not only where I escaped from my reality, but actually, like you're saying, right? It was, man, it was my school. That's where I'm
Yeah.
learning. That's where I'm
Sanctuary.
eating. Yes, I'm eating today from there. I'm learning. I'm like, it didn't matter if I used to bring some two pieces of bread and some water. It was enough. I will stay the whole day, like you have no idea.
Wow.
I don't know why, but I always have this energy that it needs to be burned somehow. So I will like surf until literally I can't walk, and
Yeah.
that's what I did that as a kid. And unfortunately, I'm still doing that today. And people are telling me, "Don't do that, man. You're gonna
That's
pay for
incredible.
practice."
Yeah.
And I'm still learning not to just surf like there's no tomorrow. I always surf like that until there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just gonna surf until that's it. Give it all up over here.
I remember that feeling because on the Great Lakes, like you're saying, we don't always have the choice to, oh, I'm going to go today, or no, I'm not going to go today. I'll wait till tomorrow. It's like, no, you go, you take the wave. Like, we're not picky, right?
So
And I
true.
remember starting in the morning, if I was lucky enough that there were waves on the weekend, if I wasn't working, I remember going out there early in the morning and then still surfing when the sun's going down at night. Like, what a wonderful feeling.
So true. In warm water too, right? And I mean, during the summer or August, where the water's still warm
Yeah.
over here, it's pretty amazing, huh? That we can serve those two different seasons, like where you have to wear a 654 and put Vaseline on your face, and the time in August, September, where you can be just with board shorts and maybe a 1 mil top or a t-shirt. And so I love that so much. I think being able to serve in different seasons
Yeah.
and being
I
able to
miss that warm bath water.
bath, exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly how you just said it. Bath water, so
Oh,
warm.
yeah. I do really miss that, shirt off, get a nice suntan. Yeah.
Yes, so
Oh,
amazing.
that's amazing. Yeah.
Even in the winter time, you come home like after a couple sessions and you have this mark over here, your tan mark for your wetsuit. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
like people are like look at you like, man, what is that? Like why did your face like that all winter long? Like it's so burnt over here only. And it's like, man, if I say it, they're not gonna believe it. So I just say, yes, I don't know, just from being outdoors. I
Oh,
better
right
don't
on.
even. People won't believe you, right? You say, yeah, I was surfing in January, February, March, whatever, or December. It's like, I better don't even say it. Yeah, yeah, I was outdoors and just get burned like that.
Yeah. Nice. So 2009, you start surfing in the Great Lakes out of Toronto predominantly. How did you become this, community icon or surfing in Toronto sort of
Yeah.
thing? Or, how did this come about? How did you
Well,
get connected to everybody?
thank you. No, at all. I think it's the people. I found this, I found this small group of friends that were in the same situation I was at the time. We haven't surfed in years, and we found out about Great Lakes surfing, and there was not much information or help out there. So we kind of like got together, and we feel the same way all the time. Um, the thing is, number one, I left Peru and I grew and it gave me surfing, but I never gave anything back to surfing.
Mm-hmm.
Never did a beach cleanup. Never had the opportunity to give back to surfing. The Great Lakes, to me, was like, yeah, be reborn. It's like I felt that, wow, this is a place where finally I can give back. I give back to the community, give something out, um, give in general, and encountering a place like that where, man, how can you stop giving back to the community or giving back to Mother Nature with a place like this? It's just impossible. You must. It's just so rich. It's like being rich. I mean, we're rich. We're
Yeah.
definitely rich. You know what I'm saying? But when I say be rich with money, it's like, how can you not give more? So I
Yeah.
think um, there's no comparison when it comes to giving, because I guess a millionaire can give this amount of money, and if we got nothing and give something, still giving. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
same weight. So I felt that founding a place like this, like today, the Great Lakes, where um, we're pretty blessed about it, was, and it needed a lot of work. It needed it was fresh. There was no community. There was no industry either. I mean, it was so fresh, and there was small little groups here and there, yes,
Mm-hmm.
and one search up here, it just, but there still wasn't, it was nothing. It was and we needed it to connect, because when I found that there were small little groups everywhere, and those small little groups, for themselves, or for, truly, yeah, for themselves, where we only gonna serve us just here and you there, and but there was no connection. And I found that, how about we connect everybody? How about we connect Lake Erie, Huron, Georgian Bay, Lake Ontario, Michigan, Superior, with the US? How about we all connect together? How can why cannot we do this? Why do we have to be so far apart, small little groups and local little groups? Because that's what it was. It was locals only, locals only, only. Like, people were so frightening about even saying that you can surf the Great Lakes,
Yeah.
and it was hurtful. It was in it was hard to see that, actually.
Yeah.
As we It wasn't easy. I mean, we went through a lot of stuff in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and we felt that we have a better reason to be able to work on a community, a
Yeah.
fresh start, a new community, something where industry can grow, where people can grow, where people can feel the same way, where we all deserve this.
Yeah.
And the Great Lakes is for everybody. I mean, look, it's native land, and they're I never heard, any you know a native Canadian saying, sorry, you can't surf here. I mean, I think these people are the most giving people in the world. Like, they're so happy, and we surf in native land. Anyways, we've been surfing for more than a decade, and these people are incredible. How could we not share this? So there was so much that we have that it needed to give, right, for everybody. And
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't hard, or it wasn't easy at the same time, but
Yeah.
it was a good opportunity to do something about it. And I think it's just great to see what it is today. It's not me at all, to be very honest. Thank you for your kind words. It's not me at all. It's actually the people and
Yeah.
my family as well, who actually supporting me this right from the beginning, with projects, with events, with with everything in general, with the Great Lakes, and we all worked together. We did it all together,
Mm-hmm.
and the people who didn't want to be part of it, or actually felt that uh, these guys are ruining Great Lake surfing, because we don't supposed to be telling anybody. We don't supposed to sharing. We don't supposed to even be connected, because surfing is a solo thing, and a lot of people have changed for better. Those people that used to give a lot of hard times to everybody here have changed, and because they started traveling more, they started surfing in other places, and experience what it is to surf other places, and being able to feel welcome.
Yeah.
How can you not welcome others?
Exactly. Yeah. I think we're moving away from that more and more in everything in life, away from the secrecy and this is mine and this is yours. We need to get away from that. And like you said, we're all immigrants here. I'm born and raised in Canada, but I'm still an immigrant. We, the Indigenous people, were here first, and you're right. It's a blessing that we have those Great Lakes and that they were taken care of so well. And it's time that we also contribute to that and not just let everything go to hell, for sure.
Yeah, we're blessed. We're blessed. I mean, my goodness, I love this. I love this conversation, man. I mean, I'm learning so much from you and everything what you're telling me, the way you feel as well. And to be honest, I feel like, man, I hope you can come soon for the season. And I know you're gonna come when the waves are here, so which is great.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. Yeah, certainly for the fall. So in terms of, connecting with people then how did Surf Dreams Canada come? Was that one of the starting points for making that bridge to other people?
Yes, I mean, first of all, after surfing in 2009, like real, like in the year 2000, sorry, in 1997, 1998, 1999, we're just fooling around. To be honest, I had the boards. We used to go for paddle. Just I didn't even found anything bigger than 2 feet, anyways.
Wow.
And I feel like this is it. That's all I'm gonna surf. And so, and then when I made that comeback in 2009, in surf this special place, I always talk about it and post about it, the Cove at the Scarborough Bluffers Park, which is, I think, is an incredible place. After I first that wave, and I really surfed, I feel like, oh my goodness, was like, the waves were good. I felt like, man, this has been my dream.
Yeah.
This has been my dream. I never thought that I will come back into surfing. I mean, I didn't give up. I was dreaming. So it was a dream in Canada. So it was Surf Dreams Canada.
Oh, nice.
That was my dream. Every day, every single day of my life, it was my dream. So it was easy to put a name to it, Surf Dreams Canada. And then after I surfed that, I told my kids and my wife, it's like, let's make a beach cleanup there. I feel like we needed to give back. And we started this beach cleanup there. And that was the first thing we started. And I used that name, Surf Dreams Canada. And as the time went, we started with more events. We started organizing more beach cleanups. We started, doing more to be able to build something. And a few years later, I feel like, you know what? There's a lot of people who wants to surf, and also we know how expensive surfboards, wetsuits are, and everything else. So I want to start something where I can retail, but being able to be very affordable for everybody, and to be able to give even options to people where, man, you can pay me half a year, 1 year, who cares?
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, I don't want to say all this, but that's exactly what it was. And that's what I think a lot of people are very thankful for that. And I'm grateful for that as well.
So the emphasis was on getting people in the water versus making money.
Yes. And that's how it was. And that's how it was all these years. I mean, retailing. And I call it retailing because I was selling, but truly, that wasn't the goal, and never was. And I don't think, and I was just doing it. I just felt it was the right way to do it, and I felt that way. It was the opportunity to do that, and I had the opportunity to do that at that time, which was amazing. I have the support of my family, and I was able to use some savings to be able to do that. And truly, I don't know if you feel the same way, but you always feel that the more you give, the more you get back. But I don't say you get back the same way. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna get more boards or stuff like that, but you get back more with the things that matters, and that's how I felt. So that was Surf Dreams Canada. You know, it was a name that it meant, and it was able to use to be able to build a community, to be able to contact companies or the government, because there was a lot of work to be done on the beaches in areas where it needs to be more safe. So it was a great opportunity. And also at the same time, it was, you know, getting my kids involved and my family involved on something that I love so much. It was huge. You know, it was I wanted to do this. You know, it's like when you dream, like, I hope my kid surf one day, I can go surfing with him or her. You know, I feel the same way. I wanted my kids to feel what I felt or feel what I feel, and be able to be part of this. And so, and they were actually the ones since day one. They're the one who started this beach cleanup at the Cove in 2009, and until today, you know, they're in charge. They are the ones who are bringing the new generation out there, and you know, with projects, with everything. Like, I mean, that's now they're taking over this, and which is great. Not only my kids, I mean, all the kids in general. But this was the goal. So today, beach cleanups not only it's going to be done by all guys like us. It's going to be the new generation taking over, because they're doing a better job, and they will be doing better jobs even in the future. So I feel we're leaving something very amazing for them to continue. And so that was Surf Dreams Canada, actually. And I started retailing a few years ago. I felt that not that I was done with that already. The goal, I was done.
You'd accomplished what you set out for,
I'm like, I'm out of retailing. I did what I needed to do. We have the tools now. We gave the tools. That's it. This is great. I feel accomplished. This is it. Now my goal for Surf Dreams Canada isn't over yet. I mean, and that retail part of it, I'm done. It's good. Now there's other companies out there. There are more surf shops out there as well. And I've been trying so much all these years with the new surf shops to be able to listen to my story. Not that they have to do the same, right? I mean, obviously they can't, but obviously do it for the love of it only, right? But if you use a little bit of it, you do it with love. It's not like when you go to Walmart and you love soccer and you go and grab a soccer ball. I'm pretty sure you go straight, grab the soccer ball. You ask somebody, do you think this soccer ball is good? Yeah, it's good. See ya.
Yeah.
Who cares, right?
Yeah.
No, but I think it's if you put a lot of love to it and truly being able to help, you need this. This is what you need, and this is how I'm gonna help you with this. If you cannot afford it today, don't worry. Don't worry about it. So,
in a sense, there's fewer surfers. So when they come in, you don't want it to be so plain that it's, here's a surfboard, you buy it, see you later. It's hey, welcome to the club. You're part of a family. You're part of a tribe. This is something very special. And I like that you're
giving me goosebumps. You're giving me goosebumps, and that's what it is. You said it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're infusing love in the transaction. Yeah, and for me too, the idea with this podcast as well is this is, I'm coming from a place where, I'm trying to build a brand and I want to have retail and all that because this is my passion, and an easy way to get into it and be doing it is that. But we'll see what it evolves into. But what excites me about the podcast is this is a way to contribute. This is a way to get the voices out there of the surfers, to connect surfers, to help us get to know each other. I'm really looking forward to getting to know various people, starting with yourself. So
Thank you so
I
much.
totally hear you there. And I was also thinking about your girls too, and I'm thinking how surfing is such a cool medium that you can connect with the youth, right? It's one of the few things that, okay, yeah, Dad, I'll do that with you. I mean, who else gets that, right? Like, that's incredible.
Oh my goodness, you're so right. I mean, I think is until today and forever, pretty much. You know, I want to do everything with them where the stuff that I didn't have the opportunity to, and
Mhm.
but surfing, I didn't need money. I never need anything. Actually, I used to skateboard, so I didn't need a transportation. I didn't even need money. Even like I mean, I my first boards, my my dad didn't even know I was surfing. Like 4 years later, because I used to borrow the boards from my brothers and from friends. I think my first 4 years I was just borrowing surfboards, and I used to take turns with my friends. Like, okay, you go first, I'll go second or third,
Wow.
whatever. So until I started, it's funny how my first board was actually. I got a super beat up board that a friend let me pay like for a year. This beat up board, and I fixed it. I say, I gotta learn how to fix this. I was like 13 or
Mhm.
14 years old. I think it was 13, and it's like I gotta learn how to fix boards. So I fixed this board, and I sold it after. I was like,
Wow.
okay, that's how everything started with repairing boards and stuff. It's like, okay, good. So now I bought another one and I was surfing it and I was able to fix and then start fixing. And then I was able to have more than one board and I was able to learn how to fix board. So it came from necessity. Like I needed it. I mean,
Mhm.
so today I'm able just to share all that with Kiana and Eilani, put some love to it, put some passion, and be connected. I mean, and it's not as easy as I said it, to be very honest. I think it took them many years to realize what surfing was,
Mhm.
because in the beginning, man, I was just pushing them. It's like, paddle, paddle, catch, push them. It's like, no, I want to play with dolls on the beach. I was
Oh.
like, but please, come on. I used to, I'm not joking. I used to buy them. It's like, okay, I get you a Barbie. Come on, let's
If
go.
you go surfing.
Yes, I pushed them so much to a time where my wife told me, hey, I think you're going to make them hate surfing because, you're always pushing them too much. I used to like, please, one more wave, please, one more. So since they were
Oh.
little, so again, it wasn't that easy that, because I'm sharing surfing to them, they're going to love it right away. Actually, it wasn't at all. Actually, to a point that they didn't want to surf.
Wow.
But
It was
then
like work at first.
seriously, it took years until we love outdoors. We always
Yeah.
camping. We always road trips to the East Coast or anywhere. Like we're always trying to travel as much as we can. And so it took them many years to realize. They actually not even to realize that it took years for them to, for the first time, talk to me and say, "Wow, surfing is nice." I never heard that. It took years. Like, I mean, we used to go into places, new places we usually go walk, check this is the undertow. Could you see it? This is where we should paddle out. This is where we should paddle in. This is in case if look the current. Where this is where we should be. I'm gonna be surfing with you guys, but what if I just wanna. My mission is that the day that I cannot surf with them, I want them to be able to surf for themselves, with themselves, or with their kids or
Yeah.
their families or friends, but I won't be there. So I want to prepare them for that, and it's not easy either because I love like when we paddle, when we surf together. I always like watching like a hawk. It's like, man, like watching. The sets are coming, and they're just like, it's like. To them, there's no sets coming. No, no, no.
Wow.
There are sets coming, and you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get pounded. So,
Wow.
so I'm always watching, and it's a lot of stress, but also at the same time is so amazing. So yes, being able to share that with your kids, I think is great, and that's what surfing did. that's what surfing, Surf Dreams Canada, it is too. I mean, it's just about sharing your passion.
Amazing. That's special. So Kiani and Liani, those are beautiful names. What does that mean? Something?
I mean, they're both. I mean, they're both Hawaiian names. To be
Yeah.
honest, Kiana is. I mean, they have a Spanish and Hawaiian name. So Kiana is Kiana Sol y Mar, which means Kiana. I don't really know the meanings in Hawaiian what Kiana means, to
Okay.
be honest. But we got it from I think we saw it on the wall one day. We were in the U.S. and we saw this name Kiana. It's like, wow, that sounds so nice. So we call it Solimar, Kiana Solimar, which means sand and ocean. So Kiana Solimar. And then Neilani, which is Hawaiian as well. Kiana actually got it for her. We were watching this Hawaiian episode with Barney. It was Barney, and they were like, you know, hula hula and all this dancing, and there was a girl named Neilani. Like, and Kiana said, "I want that name for my sister." It's like, done. Neilani will be.
Wow.
So, and Neilani is Neilani Mar Azul, which is blue ocean in Spanish. So Neilani Mar Azul, and so that's it. Yeah. So there's thank you. That's her name.
Wow,
I wish I would
very
know
nice.
what they mean in Hawaiian, but it must be something beautiful for sure.
Well, when we got our dog, we named her Mahalo.
Oh,
because you know, it's the Hawaiian word for thank you, and I just thought it would be really good practice to be saying thank you all day long.
that's amazing. Yes.
Yeah, it keeps
All the time.
that spirit alive of thankfulness and gratitude. And sometimes I look at her and I just think, wow, mahalo for you. That's the perfect name. Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
so Surf Dreams Canada. So these days, less retail, but now you're doing more and more charitable type things. So what's going on right now? What do you have on the go?
Right. So it's true. That's it. Retail is done, and you know, so we're now it's just about events, and any project that comes out of our minds, or we put together with friends, and with the family to do it, we do it. I mean, I just give you a few that we did through this winter, and we've been doing it for many winters, many years. We call it Waves for Warmth. So we get together, we all cook at home, and we bring clothes and warm food to homeless in the streets of Toronto. We do it once or twice or as many times we can during the winter, those hard winter weeks or days, and we just put a tent, and we all, man, we able to talk with these people, you know, connect with these people, and not only sharing the food and clothing, and you know, it's more than that actually. When you talk with these people, I realized it's like, oh my goodness, that was me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at some point that was me too. These people were people who had a regular life, and all of them, no difference at all. That was me too. And when you done that, it's like, you know what, I remember, yeah, I did that too. And you know, you give them hopes. It's like, you know what, and I think hope is such a strong word that means you can do it, and you can hope. You can hope today, tomorrow. As long as you don't lose hope, you can do it. So I think being able to connect with these people has been amazing. So this is what we did through the winter: Waves for Warmth, and also.
So Waves for Warmth is surfers coming together, feeding the homeless, and dispersing clothes and things like this.
And food and everything. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And so we started with my family that many years many years ago, but now I'm so happy that each winter it grows, you know, more people gets together, more people are, you know, give more, and we're just so connected. We just I love that. It just gets, when I say bigger, means we're more to give, and it's so amazing to see that every winter. So that's what happened this winter, and also we have well, that's not my event, but we're part of it as well. Is the 24 hours paddle and surfing. When I say paddle and surfing, is because every year that we do it, there is surfing, and this is for cancer. Actually this friend Warren King is the organizer of this event, and we all get together, we paddle for cancer, but this money doesn't go to any institution, organization, or anything. This goes straight cash to someone who is battling cancer, or anyone in a community. Could be your friend, anybody that we hear or we know, or you suggest. It goes straight to them. And so yeah, we've been doing it for a few years already, but unfortunately it got canceled because it's supposed to be this April.
Oh, it's
It got canceled, and I call it paddle and surfing, because we do paddle for 24 hours, but also we surf too. Can you imagine? We get waves every year for that event. I was, you know what? To be honest, I cry. How is that possible that we get waves every single year when we do this event? I'm not joking. I was like, what the hell? How is that possible? So we get to surf all day and paddle all day, and just like, it's so amazing. So unfortunately that got canceled, but now something that it just started last week is that I'm doing free repairs for stand-up paddle and surfboard repairs, all for free for all healthcare workers and first responders.
Oh, wow.
So this has been great. I mean, people are being dropping off their stuff, and it's pretty safe too, because you know, I tell them exactly where to leave it in the backyard. And we have a table there where they just enter the backyard. There's no contact, so they just drop off their stuff. They leave. I have all sort of cleaning and, you know, disinfectants. So, and I give them the same way. So people are already starting
keep
dropping.
One surfboard's distance away from me.
Yeah. Exactly. So, oh my goodness. So yeah, no, I mean, you know, I disinfect everything and stuff. So I have the proper stuff to disinfect anything, to be honest. And but that's what has been keeping us busy these past few days. You know, we're getting quite a bit of stand-up paddles and surfboards for repair for this cause. And also I would like to thank Swell Composite, this company in Vancouver, who is actually sponsoring us with this cause. You know, this is the place where I get all my materials and resins. That's a company out of Vancouver. I think they do have the best surf materials in the country. The best. Like, I mean, when it comes to fiberglass, resin, blanks, is that's all we have, and they're amazing. So thanks to them. Yeah, check them out. They're pretty amazing. I love their products like crazy. They're good. And again, I know in Canada we pay, you know, obviously a little more than the U.S., but it's so great to be able to support this local Canadian company. At the same time, is the best we have. So I'm very hopeful and thankful for these guys supporting this cause. So yes, that's what we're doing right now. Just fixing all these amazing people and workers fixing their boards and stand-up paddles, and absolutely no cost at all.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, we're busy. We're
so grateful to have you, man. So grateful to have people like you and the community doing these amazing things. Now, when you talk about stand-up paddleboarding for 24 hours, what does that look like? What time do you get in the water? Where do you go? Like, tell me a little more about that.
Okay, this event is pretty amazing. So what happened is, first of all, the place like where we do it is in Lake Ontario, is in Frenchman Bay, in Pickering. And if you remember, I mean, that spot is like so amazing. So you have the whole place, and there's a pier where you can surf. Also, right behind you, there's a big inlet, huge inlet, where when there are waves and it's onshore and strong and everything else, we stand a paddle boarding there. And then, so what we do is we truly, okay, it's, we call it 24 hours paddle, but we do take turns. So what happened
I
is
see.
where it could be two groups or three groups, depending how many people we, usually it's like two groups. And so we take turns. So you do 3 hours first, and then the other three, the other group takes a break. But truly, we're in the water surfing anyways. So there's no breaks. We're, you know, we're skateboarding through the day. We're skateboarding, we're eating, we're having some drinks. We, you know, we're busy and, you know, and so then it's your turn and it goes like that the entire day. So I start from 8 to 8. So at nighttime, it's pretty amazing.
Wow,
It-
that
At
would be
night,
something.
you know what? At nighttime, we go in the inlet, completely dark. We
Yeah.
just put some lights, and you know what? I mean, we able to be in the water and we connect. You know, we're talking about everything, more personal stuff, stuff that, you know, it's only all of us in the middle of the water, in the middle, like it's just dark. And so it's a really amazing connection, and we know we're doing it for a good cause.
Mhm.
And so especially I think the night is kind of, it's the best.
Yeah.
And then after the next morning, when you know you're still in the water and it's 8 o'clock and it's done, oh my goodness, we feel like this. That's
Yeah.
it, we're
Time for
done.
bed.
But
Wow.
it's just so great. It's just been incredible, especially um, when you know, being able to hear from the persons that you're doing this, when they talk to you, or you know, um, feel that they're grateful as well, and you're even more grateful because there's a good cause to do it, and yeah, we're all blessed at the same time.
Yeah, and I love how you cut out the middleman and you're just going straight to the source, giving the money to someone deserving. So, what do you collect pledges or something? Do people get sponsored, or how does that work?
We that one is actually is GoFundMe, and some people give the cash, so we put it all together. After the GoFundMe, you get the cash out, and we give in an envelope. We give it straight to the person. Could be one or could be two, and we give them or split them, and it goes straight to them. And yeah, that's how we go with that. And yeah, it's pretty a real good experience for everybody. And yeah,
That's
it's,
incredible. Yeah, yeah. And going back to the waves for warmth, here in Vancouver, I worked with the homeless population for about 7 years, and so the one beautiful thing is everybody has a story, right, waiting to be told. And so I think that's great that you guys go and you listen to people and you deliver that hope. That goes a really long way. And people are fascinating. And on the other side of things, like you're saying, it is sad too, but yeah, a lot of people have been, in a situation like you and me, where, it seems like everything's together and then suddenly it's not anymore. So everyone is deserving of love and that hope and that conversation, and not to be left out in the cold like that. So I thank you for that program as well.
thank you. No, I mean, is you know, I was there too, and
Okay.
that's how I started it. To be honest, I mean,
Uh,
if you want to know, I was there too, and kind of in many of those situations, but I was there too.
yeah.
I was able to experience that, and to a certain point of my life, and you know, when you are down and when you're in that type of situation, you feel that the whole world don't care for you.
Mm,
Nobody cares for you, and you know, life doesn't matter anymore. You lose hope, you lose everything, and it's so easy to go down and keep
yeah.
going down, and there's no stop. Like, you know, you keep free diving.
Yeah.
And I was there before. and that connection, to be able to do that, to me, is like, it not only breaks my heart, but actually we're able as a community to experience this, and to not forget that when you walk on the street and you see these people, remember that was any of us.
Yeah.
It could be any of us too.
Wow.
So you have a different perspective. You will never shut them down, or say go to work, or whatever it is. Like, you will never do that ever again, ever.
Wow.
So
That's powerful. You flipped the script. That's amazing.
yes. So I think that's why we started this, and it means a lot to me, and I'm so happy to see friends that actually they went through this as well. Like, I have friends that they suffer, they went through a lot, and they come and help, and it's like, my goodness, it's like surfing. I always feel like we're surfing. We're here to give. We're here to show to ourselves that we can do more. And so I think this is great. And it's just like, as I tell you, like, I mean, sorry to cut you off with this 24 hours paddle that we're supposed to have. This good friend of all of us, and myself, Kelly, her friend, named John, he's actually going critical right now with cancer, and at this point, nothing can be done, right? I mean, at this point, there's no care, health care. I mean, they can help him through any surgeries, or we couldn't do this again. But you know what? Um, everybody's doing what they can at this moment, and I know we're gonna be able to help them out. And Kelly really cares a lot for this person, for John, and we thank her too for um, to be able to bring this up, and we can all do something together.
Prayers for John, and we're thankful for Kelly. And it's really tough right now being told that the best thing you can do is stay home and not do anything, is actually doing something. That's a bit of you got to really wrap your head around that. It can be challenging for sure.
Yeah, I know it's been very challenging for sure. I mean, but I know that things will get better soon.
Yeah. And with the Waves for Warmth, I was also wondering, have you ever met folks through that and taken them surfing from that?
No, but no, never had that opportunity, and but
that could be phase two. Yeah,
that could be pretty amazing. Thanks for bringing that up, and also, yeah, like you said, there's no excuses, right? There's no excuses to surfing. So thank you. That could be pretty amazing, and thank you. Thanks for bringing that up. And also, we have another project actually been working for the past 2 years about it. It calls Your Lake, Your Waves. This is with the Native Canadians. So in the years 2000, when my kids started surfing as a little kid, we spent every single summer in Lake Huron and Stony Point by Sarnia, in native land. My sister has a place there, and so all these summers for the past 15 years, we always surf with the local kids. And you know what? As the years went by, we knew that we need to do something better than just every summer getting these kids in the water and getting out of trouble. I mean, I was trouble as a kid, but you know exactly what native kids are going through, and I think surfing can heal and helps a lot. So we started this program. I mean, we're going to start it again. So it calls Your Wave, Your Lake, because that's your lake and your waves.
Yeah, certainly.
That's your lake and your waves.
Yeah.
And so we working together with some friends. They're helping me, and surf the greats as well, to be able to put this together and being able to work together better, and hopefully we can run this summer, or it will be next summer. With boards, with people who are qualified to teach surfing, and being able to start again every summer teaching local native Canadians how to surf, and not only being out of trouble, but also what it helped me, it will help you.
Yeah.
And let's yeah, we're gonna do that. So your
Wow.
wave,
I absolutely love that. That is brilliant.
your lake, your wave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Man, this is incredible. Such amazing things happening. Wow. It's so nice to meet somebody who is taking surfing in such a selfless direction.
Thank you. Yes, thanks to be honest, to everybody around me, which is so supportive, so good, so good not only to me, so good to all of us, and just like you said, just so given. So I'm very fortunate with all that.
Larry, you got me so stoked, man. I need to really get planning and find a way to really launch my business and move it across the country, or perhaps I might need to get a job working for someone else for a while. But man, I need to get down there. There's so much happening. I want to be a part of that. I want to meet all you guys. So
you're already part of it. So, and you always you were
I suppose,
you were always part of it. But now it's like it's like you swim always in this river, and only this corner of this river, but now you're gonna swim across from the same river from here to here. That's what you're gonna do. You were always here, and so you're just coming back to to be continue be part of this community, and there's so much to do, there's so much work, there's so many projects, there's so much to do, and I'm so happy that you're coming back for that, and we can all work together with you as well, and that's what I'm looking forward. I mean, such an amazing person, and advocate for this community, so I'm looking forward. I can't wait, and we're gonna surf too, and so much to do. I know you're gonna come out with more events. You're gonna come out with more projects, with so much. So again, there's still so much to do. We're fresh. We're still in diapers here. So
absolutely. Does social media to plug, or anywhere people can find you or reach out to you at?
Yes, actually, I mean, once retail was done, my website is done, Surfers Canada. But the ways that you can reach to me anytime is by Instagram or Facebook under Surf Dreams Canada. Also, you can text or call me anytime, send me messages, just get in touch if anything. Just doesn't really matter. Just get in touch. There's so much to share here.
Right on. All right, brother. Thank you so much, Larry.
Thank you, man. Thanks to you.
Great talking to you, bro. We will see you soon.
We will, for sure. I'm looking forward. Take care. Stay safe and stoke.
Stay stoked.